Welcome to another session, another webinar of Think with a Drink. It's the weekly webinar series brought to you by the Aries Foundation for Financial Education. And tonight we're doing handling or dealing with financial stress. What Craig and I like to always talk about is, trying to take the emotion out of dealing with your money, because they were presenters for this evening. I'm Tom Alessi. I'm the president of the Aries Foundation. I have been in financial services, and I'm going into my 23rd year now in financial services. I'm an investment advisor. It means I act as a fiduciary. Whenever giving guidance or advice to any of my clients, I'd like to bring in my co-pilot for this evening, our Vice President. Craig, if you want to introduce yourself.
Sure. So I'm Craig Richardson, Vice President of the Aries Foundation. I've been in financial services about 17 years now. And I specialize in working with families and small businesses to help them come up with comprehensive financial plans so they can have a better future with their money.
We told you it was brought to you by the Aries Foundation for Financial Education. We're a nonprofit. We're located in Newton, Massachusetts. You can look at our website. It's www.ariesfoundation.org. Our mission is really what tonight is all about. Our mission is trying to help everyone have a better relationship with their money. Because whether you realize it or not, you are in a relationship with your money. And just like every other personal relationship you have, there are behaviors and emotional triggers that can cause us to act sometimes, what Craig and I like to say is irrationally when dealing with our money and our finances. So our whole goal, and like this session is talking about, is trying to take some of that emotion out of dealing with your money. All right, so ways to combat financial stress, and this is really more important than anything else in terms of this, right? So this is really what it comes down to in terms of going through it, and the first one is having that emergency reserve, having money available for when whatever happens, right? Like we talked about, 38% of the respondents had less than $1,000. You've got to set up an emergency reserve account. That should be the first thing, the first lesson. Craig and I have been on the soapbox and ringing this bell since last May, that coming out of the quarantine, everybody needs to be building up their emergency reserve account. In fact, so much to the point, next week, that's what it's all on. The webinar next week is all on building up the emergency reserve account, where, how, what to do, how much should you have, all of that. But you've got to have it, because that's the first place when that extraordinary thing happens, you can go to where you don't have to use plastic to pay for it. The second one is to have a debt reduction strategy. How am I going to pay down the debt, right? We talk about this. We've done, presentations on it, the different variations of this modeling and being able to do it. But if you find yourself in that situation where debt is becoming overwhelming, or you're really starting to feel stressed about the debt that you have and paying the bills, that's where you need to engage and to have that, look, here's how we can help you get a spend down strategy to reduce your debt. Because that's what you need to do. These go hand in hand, and we can show you how to make that happen. And then the last one in this is, seeking professional help, right? So, seeking professional help, when we talk, we've already said, like, look, we do a lot of this, in terms of the emergency reserves and the debt reduction, reaching out in terms of going through that. But the idea is some of this stuff you really need to be thinking about from a grander scale than just, hey, what am I spending for debt?
I got a question in the chat box for you. I got, where can I get professional help?
Right. So if you're talking financial, right, that's where, Craig and I, we always say, come to us, come to the foundation. We'll try to help you out. We'll try to give you the guidance from there. If this is getting deeper, where we're talking about some of those behaviors that, are destructive or can be, detrimental, you might need to be seeking some counseling help. And in which case, again, from us, we have a lot of organizations that we're connected to that can help with that as well. If you're in